I'm Owen Barney, and this is my newest single, Home. When you walk out the door, 'cause you cannot stay. Every night that you're gone feels like miles away. If you're going, then I wanna go there. Feel like I'm in the middle of nowhere. All I know is that I wanna be right where you are, babe, where you are, babe. But I'm here hanging with your ghost, your clothes hanging on bedposts. Ain't no secret, your friends know no life's better when you're close. When you're gone, I'm so gone, it's so wrong, hope you know. But tonight, it's alright with her. I'm holding back, going mad, trying to act happy, but I can't take it, I can't take it. I wish you knew with you I'm home. With you it's like a dream, everything I can need, give me you. I don't want to break it, I won't break it, 'cause I'm still lost, you're still gone. With you I'm home, 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 home. With you I'm home. When you kiss me goodbye and get into your cab, and I'm wondering when I'm gonna see you again. I can't help feeling lost when you're not here. The minutes, the hours feel like years. All I know is that I wanna be right where you are, babe, where you are, babe. But I'm here hanging with your ghost, your clothes hanging on bedposts. Ain't no secret, your friends know no life's better when you're close. When you're gone, I'm so gone, it's so wrong, hope you know. But tonight, it's alright with her. I'm holding back, going mad, trying to act happy, but I can't take it, I can't take it. I wish you knew with you I'm home. With you it's like a dream, everything I can need, give me you. I don't want to break it, I won't break it, 'cause I'm still lost if you're still gone. With you I'm home, 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 home. With you I'm home. With you I'm home, 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 home. With you I'm home. When you walk out the door, 'cause you cannot stay. With her I'm holding back, going mad, trying to act happy, but I can't take it, I can't take it. I wish you knew with you I'm home. With you it's like a dream, everything I can need, give me you. I don't want to break it, I won't break it, 'cause I'm still lost if you're still gone. With you I'm home, 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 home. With you I'm home. With you I'm home, 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 home. With you I'm home. With you I'm home, 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 home. With you I'm home.
All right, nice and close to that mic, just like you were. So, awesome song, great performance. Before we talk about the song, can we? I don't want to be perverted, but can we do this? There's no coincidence that you're rocking your Blue Jays hoodie on opening day. Is that an on-purpose thing?
It happened to be. Talking into the mic, nobody's gonna hear me. What are you doing? Well, this is my favorite sweater. It's actually one of the only sweaters I own, and it just happens to be the home opener.
I thought that was like a thing. You're like, I know Thursday's a home opener. I'm packing this hoodie just for that day.
I honestly didn't even know it was the home opener until earlier today, and someone said it's the home opener because they were wearing a Blue Jays shirt, and I was like, oh, both Blue Jays. He's like, a home opener. I was like, got it.
Now, is that I mean, the song's Home, is that home for you? Are you a Toronto guy?
I am a Toronto guy, yeah. I used to actually come to Edmonton for like 4 months every year.
Why?
My mom's whole family's out here, so they all live in Sherwood Park, so I hung out with them last year, so that was
the
nice.
Sherwood Park kids.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
I gotcha.
one of those guys.
So you got a little bit of time in Toronto, a little bit of time in Edmonton. When you would come out here, what would you do here?
Well, my aunt and uncle have a pool, so I would spend as much time there as I possibly could.
There are not many people in Edmonton that decide, you know what, I think a pool is a good investment for the 2 months a year we can maybe use this thing.
I would always come in the summer, though, so for me, I didn't care. I was like, oh, every time I come here, there's a pool.
So you got the pool. I'm sure you'd spend some time at West Ed.
Oh, yeah. I was every time we come, we go to West Ed, hit the rides. They have this one ride they were airplanes. My brother would sit in the front, and he'd make sure we were going up and down, and I was shooting the rest of the people on the ride, so... It's the gun, man.
You guys watched a lot of Top Gun growing up?
Yeah.
I figured that. So where does your allegiance lie? Because you're spending 4 months here. You're from Toronto. So are you a Leafs guy or are you an Oilers guy?
When it comes to hockey, if the Leafs and the Oilers are playing, I'm definitely going for the Oilers.
Really?
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
It's because of my mom. My mom's the hockey person in the family. Now my dad isn't. He's from Toronto, so it was always a lot of emphasis on the Oilers.
Is that hard living in Toronto and not being a Leafs fan? Like you're cheering for the Oilers if they're playing?
It's not, because it keeps things interesting. Like if you go to the games, like wherever I sit, I'm always sitting with the Leaf fans, and me and my brother show up with Oilers jerseys on and look like a couple of jamokes, but what are you going to do, right?
That's okay. You got a bunch of people in suits at the Leafs games because that's the only people that can afford the games, right?
Exactly.
They're just worried about their business deal, and you're actually there to, I'm chirping you, Leafs fans. Get used to it.
It's all good.
So you're doing your Toronto thing. Where does the love of country music come from? Was it the time you spent out here? Was it a little bit of both? I
think it's a little bit of both, because no matter where I was, my mom was always listening to country music. My like every car ride to school growing up, everything, it's always country music, and I guess it just runs in the blood, you know?
So is that when you would come out here to listen to Kissin' Country? You have to say yes.
Yes.
Perfect. That's he said it just all on his own. That's what he would do when he was living out here. So do you remember when you were listening with your mom, what was she into? What kind of drew you into it?
Back in the day, it was a lot of Tim McGraw coming through the car speakers, that's for sure, and a lot of Garth Brooks. She's a big Garth Brooks fan. I also had a lot of classic rock influence from my dad. So then I'd find people like Steve Earle, who was that perfect balance for me, and he's definitely the man for sure.
That's wicked. I don't know if Jason Aldean is one of your influences, but in the little breakdown of Home, I heard a little Jason Aldean in there, and I was
definitely
like, that's cool.
Yeah, he's awesome.
He's one of your guys?
Yeah, for sure. Him, like Eric Church, those two guys are definitely the top favorites around here.
So when you're writing the song, did you write the song? Did it come to you?
So it was there were three of us writing it, and we kind of sat down in the room, and that Home, that hook at the end, that kind of came out of it, and then we started writing the song. And the song's like obviously about a girl, and it's that person you're with wherever you are, no matter whether you are home, whether you're away, but whenever you're with that person, you're at home.
And that's the best part, especially for you when you're traveling around so much. You don't get to be at home as much as you want, right? Totally. And so that feeling, and if you can describe it, it's basically just you kind of in your safe place in a way, right?
Exactly. That's exactly what it's like.
And have you met that person that feels like home?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe a time or two, but nothing at the moment.
Nothing right now home, where you can make the phone call and it feels like home.
Exactly.
When you're in a new city doing weird things. And
totally.
Okay. And so when you do feel like home, when you are home, what are your things that you do? So Toronto is home for you now?
Yeah, Toronto's home for me.
What is your home thing? Like it feels like home when you're doing what?
It feels like home. The most home place for me is my family has a cottage up a couple hours out of Toronto, and that's like home for me. I grew up there, waking up at like 6 a.m., going fishing with my grandpa, stuff like that. He has like a really old tractor from like the 60s, so we would rip around in the bush on that as much as we possibly could, and that's home for me 100%.
It's funny because waking up to go do that with grandpa at 6 a.m., no big deal, but waking up at 6 a.m. to like figure out school and stuff was the worst thing ever, right?
Yeah. But I'd be up, he'd have a Diet Coke in the boat for me and a cup of tea, and there we'd go.
That's the best thing ever. So Grandpa, was he a country music guy too?
He was. His favorite song of all time is Walk the Line. Johnny
Really?
Cash, yeah. So he actually told, when he first came to Toronto, that was the song that was on the radio.
And how did you start sort of diving into the guitar playing and the writing music and the singing? Did you get a guitar for a birthday or?
Well, I was like 6 or 7, and I found my dad. He had a really old guitar in the basement. I found that, and as a kid does, I had to play with this new thing that I found.
Of course, man. You find cool things, right?
Exactly, right? And so I took it upstairs, and he showed me a few chords, and I got my guitar teacher, and here I am.
Did you know Dad played before you found that guitar? You're like, why weren't we talking about this?
I didn't know. I had no idea.
And
he wasn't great. He doesn't play. He's not a guitar player, but he knew how to strum a couple chords, and I followed along.
And so he taught you as much as he could and was like, that's all I know. I can play like Smoke on the Water and that's it.
Exactly. Well, he doesn't even know how to play that. But he knew the chords to Helpless by Neil Young and then Take It Easy by the Eagles.
And as soon as you picked it up, did you know this was kind of something you liked doing?
It felt right.
It just felt right?
It felt right, man.
And so when you got the guitar teacher, you start learning a few more songs. And how does the songwriting play into it? Because as a kid, like I remember even writing for school projects and things like that. It's not easy to do. And then all of a sudden you're just starting to write your experiences.
No, totally.
Or what?
So after a few years of just playing guitar, I started singing. And then once I started singing, it was the songwriting just kind of happened. You know, I'd sit down and I wouldn't really want to play what's on the page. So I just make a few, whether it was a couple chords I made up and a melody or two that was in my mind, and if words came along, I'd have a song.
You remember the first song you ever wrote?
The first song I ever wrote, man, the first song I ever wrote was Killing Time, which is, it's actually on the EP that I've got.
Oh, no way, really?
Yeah, it was the first song we ever wrote.
And so was that just about you being bored and trying to, what's it about?
So it's actually about a girl, and it's like, I had this girl that I had a huge crush on, like beyond, you know? And but she had a boyfriend, so that's what she's killing time. She's killing time.
Did you ever show her the song?
I mean, I'm sure she's heard it, but she doesn't know it's about her.
Christine. I don't know if her name's Christine.
Christine.
That song is about you.
Yeah, exactly.
So when she hears that, she'll be like, man, why did I stick with that doofus?
I know, right? I know.
How did you never knew. You never confessed your feelings? You never decided to go for it?
Not that kind of man.
One of these days, you're going to have a Facebook message and you're just going to drop it out there.
What's good?
What's good? Here's a song that I was thinking about with you. I know you prepared a cover for us. What are we going to hear cover-wise? What do you like to cover?
A little Drinkin Problem, a little Midland.
Midland. Awesome. Well, thanks for coming in.
Yeah, thanks for having me. 2, 3. One more night, one more down, one more round. The first one in, last one out. I'm giving this town lots to talk about, but they don't know what they don't know. People say I got a drinking problem. That ain't no reason to stop. People saying that I hit rock bottom just 'cause I'm living on the rocks. It's a broken-hearted thinking problem, so pull another bottle off the wall. People say I got a drinking problem, but I got no problem drinking it all. They keep on talking, them drawn conclusions. They call it a problem, I call it a solution. Last call gets later and later. I come in here so I don't have to hear the same old folks, the same old songs, the same old blue neon, the same old buzz. And just because people say I got a drinking problem, that ain't no reason to stop. People saying that I hit rock bottom just 'cause I'm living on the rocks. It's a broken-hearted thinking problem, so pull another bottle off the wall. People say I got a drinking problem, but I got no problem drinking it all. They keep on talking, drawn conclusions. They call it a problem, I call it a solution. Just sitting here in all my grand illusions. They call it a problem, I call it a solution. It's a broken-hearted thinking problem, so put another bottle off the wall. People say I got a drinking problem, but I got no problem drinking it all. They keep on talking and drawing conclusions. They call it a problem, I call it a solution. Just sitting here in all my grand illusions. They call it a problem, I call